Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning into the Mixed Texan Report. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. The wokeism never ends. This is according to Jason Rentz up in Seattle. Seattle clinic demands high school educator commit to left-wing racial views. Yes. A Seattle-based healthcare provider is requiring applicants for a high school educator role to commit to left-wing agenda. NeighborCare is hiring a health educator to work at Vashon Island High School to promote long-acting reversible contraception as a means to prevent unintended pregnancy and provide other information about sex education. But the job application makes it clear that they must also subscribe to far-left racial equity goals. Yes, that is correct. You did not misunderstand me there. They want the healthcare educator to promote left-wing ideology. This is nuts. So let's take a look at what this says. So as is common, NeighborCare lists its mission statement on the application page, but it also adds a commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion. In order to work for the healthcare provider, applicants must work to fulfill its EDI goals. NeighborCare demands its employees identify, address, and dismantle supremacist policies and practices, heal the damage they cause, and remove the barriers to achieving equity for our staff and patients. Through training and clear directives, the health educator must acknowledge the deadly impact of racism and white supremacy in the fabric of our institutions, society, and nation. So don't take my word for it. We can go to the actual job application right now. Here it goes, right here. Health educator, Vashon Island High School, for this health educator position. Here is the summary of the job right here. We are committed to becoming fully inclusive, anti-racist, multicultural organization whose heart is healing and equitable healthcare. EDI mission: to purposefully identify, address, and dismantle supremacist policies and practices, heal the damage they cause, and remove the barriers to achieving equity for our staff and patients. There are some bullet points as well. Here we go. We acknowledge the daily impact of racism and white supremacy in the fabric of our institutions, society, and nation, as I read before. But I just want you to see that this is in the job application for yourself. We believe that our active public commitment to racial justice and health equity must be reflected in the life and culture of the organization through our policies, business practices, healthcare delivery, communication, and leadership structures. So, yeah, this job wants you to push their woke agenda. Now, Jason Rantz, asked NeighborCare for a comment to explain what they mean by this. Give maybe a more in-depth comment on this, and the leadership decided to pass on commenting. Basically said no. So these people want to teach you about racism and their woke agenda, and they don't want any questions asked. I've noticed that a lot of these people, these organizations that do this, don't want to defend their position. They want you to just listen. They want to shove it down our throats, and you shut up and don't ask any questions. That's what I've gotten from a lot of these people in these organizations. So back when I was in high school, I believe I took healthcare or health class, whatever it was, in 9th or 10th grade. And we had a teacher who taught us about, what goes on with our bodies, STDs. We talked about sex. We even had a guy come in who had AIDS. He had it for a very long time and told us how he got it. We talked about things like that. We even played games. We had one side of the class go against the other side. We had question games, things like that, and it was a lot of fun. And that class was one of the more fun classes to be in. I learned a lot, and I probably forgot 90% of the stuff that we talked about. That was a long time ago, but um, it was a class that I enjoyed, and that we a lot of the students, we interacted with each other, and like I said, we played games. So, in I went to a predominantly black high school. Our teacher was white, and there were no issues. There were no issues with um, the teacher being white and the students being black. There was no uh, EDI goals, diversity and inclusion stuff. There was none of that pushed on anybody. We went to class, we sat down, we learned, we did our work, we took tests, we talked to each other, and that was it. The bell rung. It was time to go to the next class. There were no, there was none of this left wing nonsense. You know, I didn't care what the teacher, what her political views were. It seemed like the students didn't care either. The other students, they didn't seem to care either. We were just there to learn, get our grade, get our credit, and move on. But this stuff is infiltrating our institutions, and now it's becoming a requirement to teach this stuff. And this is how you train um, the next generation to be a bunch of woke idiots. You're training a generation to be a bunch of social justice warriors, and this is the this is how you destroy a nation from inside out. It's exactly what they're doing, um, and that's what they're going to continue to do. They keep pushing this nonsense. So it's up to people to stand up in these cities. Um, go to your state legislator, go to your city councilman, go to your, whoever, and you have to demand this stuff not be pushed in schools. You go to school to learn, like the basics, math, you know, English, healthcare, whatever, health class, and that's it. You don't go to school to learn about racial injustice and equity and diversity and all this nonsense. You know, we had a diverse school when I went to school. Like I said, predominantly black. You also had some Hispanics there. You had some white people there. But everybody got along. Everybody got along, for the most part. And there was none of this division going on back when I was in high school. So I don't know. It's pretty scary, to see what's happening in our schools and that they're pushing this stuff on people. And when you're in high school, you're it's likely you're going to believe a lot of the stuff that you hear from your teachers. These are the people that are teaching you, that are you're going to school 5 days a week, and you think the teachers know a lot more than you do. So you're going to believe a lot of stuff that they say. They're the ones that are molding you, help preparing you for the real world. And it's unfortunate that these people are shoving this stuff down children's throats. I say children, but they're 14, 15 years old. They're still kids. They they're not adults. So you're training them at a young age to have this ideology, and it's actually pretty scary. So, yeah. So I'm going to end the video right there. I just wanted to talk about this woke nonsense for a little bit. I told you I was going to come back with the video about Seattle and something that's going on here. Going on there. Um, yeah, so like and subscribe. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.